Hey, it's Bruce. Just wanted to spend a few minutes with you sharing my journey through part of the Panama Canal. As you can see in the video, this is our ship approaching the Bridge of the Americas. These are some of the tow vessels that are going to hook up to the great big cruise ship and help guide it under that huge bridge that you see there in the distance. We've got to go under the bridge, and then that kind of puts us into the Panama Canal system. Now, the canal itself, the locks, are about 4 feet wider than most ships, and there are going to be guidelines connected to 8 locomotives on each side of the ships. The purpose of those lines is to hold the vessel in place. Those trains don't pull the ship through the canal. They actually just keep it from banging into the sides. You see the lock in the distance. Well, that water is draining into the lock on this side of the gate. Got to equalize the levels so that a ship coming in from sea can actually sail in at sea level. Then, as you're going to see in the video, this huge tanker is going to pull into the picture. Then they're going to start adding water to the lock. It'll actually raise that huge vessel some 27 feet to move on to the next lock. And this is at the Mira Flores locks, the first locks you encounter as you come in from the Pacific Ocean. I think the total raise in height was 54 feet. Then we moved on, then we raised up another 31 feet during the course of the canal system. And then eventually over on the Caribbean side, you got to come down the mountain, so to speak. So it's a system of using water to raise these huge vessels up over the land, put them into the lake, cross the isthmus, and then lower them back down to sea level so they can get underway in the Caribbean. Of course, the process is reversed coming from the Caribbean into the Pacific. All in all, Panama Canal transit takes about 9 hours, and yep, that's all original equipment from the early 1900s. All of that engineering, all the technology, all of that design still in place. The exception being the locomotives are brand new, fairly new additions to the canal zone. Not the idea of locomotives, but those particular locomotives. See how tight that is between the ship and the side of the canal? Tell you what, you got to have nerves of steel. You think you get nervous driving in road construction on I-10? You can only imagine what it would be like to park a huge ship in the Panama Canal. Pretty amazing technology, if you ask me. I was impressed.